Good morning, Sanai Floyd here, and today I want to talk to you about authentic visibility and what that means really for you in your business and how it translates into the kind of results that you want to create for yourself and your business. So authentic visibility for me is that ability to fully and freely and authentically express yourself. So it's like you're real, you're speaking your truth, you're being vulnerable, you're giving yourself permission to take up space and share your truth, right? But so often we hold back out of fear, and those fears are of maybe criticism, rejection, abandonment, the fear of judgment, all of these fears that can feel on a visceral level in our bodies very, very real. You know, it's our lizard brain, our primitive brain that is protecting us from experiencing that ultimate exile, which means ultimate death to our primitive brain. So of course we have these fears that show up at the very idea of stepping outside of what is safe, outside of our comfort zone, breaching the boundaries of our previous paradigms, and actually being able to show up authentically, free self-expression. So this is something I've had to work on for many, many years, and the liberation that comes from it is profound. But what I want to ask you, when you think about the fear that may be holding you back from fully showing up and fully and freely expressing yourself, what if somebody did criticize? What if somebody did judge or turn off you or reject you as a result of what you were saying? Especially in the realm of business, well, in any realm of life. The question that I want to put to you is, can you handle it? If it actually happened, can you handle it? The answer is always going to be yes, of course you can. You've handled worse. You've navigated and overcome so much in your life, and you are still here and doing incredible work in the world. You are a gift. So in answer to the question, what if any of those things actually do happen when you are fully, freely and authentically expressing yourself? Can you handle it? Yes, absolutely you can. And you will. So when it comes to your business, when it comes to translating that authentic visibility for your business, this is about aligning yourself, your business, with what it is you are really passionate about. What is it that lights you up? What you're really passionate about. Too many entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants make the mistake of trying to shoehorn themselves into a niche or a market that they perceive is going to be profitable for them. They may shoehorn themselves into a market or a niche or a category that makes logical sense because of their past experience. So it makes logical sense to them, even though they're not passionate about it. It's like every part of their logic and reasoning is pointing to that, even though it's not what lights them up. Because very often where the magic really happens, it isn't logical. It's following your bliss. Being in alignment with your passion often isn't logical. So it's letting go of that reasoning for why you're choosing your particular message or your niche or whatever, and finding that state of what it is you actually want to do, what you really want to do, aligning with your passion. Because the risk, if you don't, is that you the energy with which you're showing up for your business is not sustainable. And this is why people struggle to maintain consistent visibility, because they just feel like something's missing in my messaging. I'm just not feeling it. I just don't know what to talk about every day because I'm just not in alignment with the thing that I love to talk about. I love to share about. So we start to see that inconsistent visibility. It's the reason why you might start seeing yourself getting distracted by shiny offers because you're looking for a quick fix, a short-term solution to this pain of you actually not being in alignment with what it is you're really here to do, your passion, your unique zone of genius. It's the reason we see procrastination and that blocking of your own progress. Because again, something just doesn't feel right. I'm just not in alignment. Because you know that when you're in alignment with anything, when you feel that excitement, that enthusiasm, that passion, my God, it's like the wheels have been greased. You're unstoppable. You're just in that slipstream of flow where everything just starts to fall into place. You're able to take massive action. It all feels easy and in flow, and it's beautiful. So it's really aligning yourself with that energy. And that's when you start to show up. Showing up feels easy. You just know what you want to talk about. Now, what I will say to that, because it's not always a given that you'll know what you want to talk about, even when you're in alignment with your passion. There may be moments where you actually, if you feel stuck, if you think, I don't know what to say today, go into the silence and just contemplate the question. As you go into the silence, just shut your eyes, go quiet, and ask yourself the question, how can I best show up today? What does my ideal client need to hear today? How can I best serve and contribute? Even how can I fully, freely, and authentically show up today to deliver the most impact, to create the most value for my ideal client? So you can go into the silence and start to intuit the answers to those kind of questions instead of staring at your screen thinking, I don't know what to talk about. You have all of that inside of you. So it's really intuiting that answer, but it's about really being connected to your bliss, to your passion. That's when everything starts to really flow for you, and you have that connection. And that is when you can authentically show up, share your message. And that is really what I'm talking about when I talk about authentic visibility as it pertains to your business. And one last thing I heard recently from my coach that really resonated with me, and this is in terms of creating content. We often try and get a bit too belt and braces with strategy, and that can be quite restrictive. You know, if we have content calendars and we're scheduling all this content, and it doesn't really kind of allow for that flow of energy and inspiration. So one thing my coach said recently was, there's awareness, and then you go out and speak it, and then there's nothing in between. So awareness, go out and speak it, and there's nothing in between. And simply that means you have the awareness of what it is you want to say, and then you just go out and say it without having that need to perfect or make it anything other than what it is. It's just you have this awareness, you have this download of a message you want to share, so go out and share it. Just because it doesn't fit quite into the strategy of how you've been taught or what you've been shown of what works, doesn't matter. Awareness, go out and say it, and there's nothing in between. So I hope you found this helpful. Have an amazing week. I would love to hear from you. If you've got comments or questions, pop them below, and I will speak to you again soon. Thanks.